what we are trying to cover, that is previous lecture we start the basics about the belt drive, advantage of the belt drive, disadvantage of the belt drive, then which are the power factors which are factors affect to the power transmission while we are use the belt drive, then different kinds of material which are used in belt drive, types of belt, after that types of belt drive, and comparison between flat belt and weight belt. Okay, now we go further, that is velocity ratio. The ratio of velocity of driven pulley to the velocity of driving pulley, which is known as a velocity ratio. Okay, here driven pulley and here driving pulley is there. So we are considered that if we are take the ratio, then that ratio is considered as a velocity ratio. Okay, we have one equation that I think you know very well, that the peripheral speed of the driving pulley, the peripheral speed of the driving pulley and the peripheral speed of the driven pulley. Okay, if I can attach one motor and I can start to run driver and driven pulley, then definitely what happen? Both are run with the same speed or same power. So on that time, peripheral velocity of driving pulley and driven pulley both are considered as a equal way. So we can say that the peripheral velocity speed of the driving pulley is equal to peripheral speed of the driven pulley, or we can say that the equation we are know very well, that is pi d1 n1, which is the velocity of driver pulley, and pi d2 n2, that is the velocity of driven pulley. So we are considered that pi d1 n1 is equal to pi d2 n2. So we are considered, or we are say that n2 by n1 is equal to d2 by d1, sorry, d1 by d2. Sometime what happen, the thickness is given to us. Okay, so on that time we are considered that n2 by n1 is equal to d1 plus t divided by d2 plus t. So this is a very basic equation, and it may be very helpful to us whenever we start to calculate the example. Now, sleep of the belt, very important portion. Whenever we transmit the power through belt drive, then what happened? Due to friction between belt and pulleys, right? So what happened? If there is a frictional grip between belt and pulley, which is not sufficient, okay, definitely there is a friction. But if the frictional grip is not sufficient, then what happened? Due to that, some forward motion of the pulley will take place, right? So, and on that time, the belt may not carry out. Only pulley is run while the belt is not carried out. So on that time, this phenomenon is known as a sleep of the belt. Mostly we are considered the sleep of the belt in percentage. As we know, if we are considered that the belt of the pulley in percentage, then S1 is considered as a sleep between the driving pulley of the belt, and S2 it is the sleep of the follower, or we are considered that driven. Okay, so due to the sleep between driving pulley and the belt, the velocity of the belt passing over the driving pulley will increase. So what happened? Velocity of the belt passing over the driving pulley per second, what it may be, definitely it may reduce some. Okay, so actually is pi d1 n1 by 60 minus whatever the velocity we are getting and multiply with the slip. Multiply with the slip of the driver. Okay, so if we are saying this way, due to the slip, we know that due to the slip, the velocity is reduced. So based on that, we have considered that pi d1 n1 by 60 minus pi d1 n1 by 60 into s1 by 100. Why 100? Because the slip is in percentage. So pi d1 n1 by 60 is common. We have considered that pi d1 n1 by 60 in the bracket 1 minus s2. Now, based on that, it is for the driver and another for the driven. So we have considered that pi d2 n2 by 60 is equal to, based on that, we know very well that pi dn by 60 is considered as a v. So in the bracket, v in the bracket 1 minus s2 by s1. Okay, so there is equation regarding slip or velocity with slip. Sometimes what happen in the equation, in the example, if they add the slip, on that time you can use this equation of the slip. Otherwise, you have to remember the equation for the velocity is pi dn by 60. Okay. If two slips are given to us, on that time the slip total slip is equal to the summation of s1 plus s2, or we are considered that the summation of driver slip and follower or driven. Okay. Same way, suppose thickness is given to us, so on that time we have to summation provide with the d1 and d2 of the build. Very important phenomenon, that is creep of the build. What happened in this slip? As I discussed earlier, that slip, every portion have some friction, but what happens sometimes due to the lack of friction grip, only pulley can go in the forward motion while belt is in the same position. It means in the static position on a few times. So whatever on that time the picture is there, that call as a slip. And what happened in the creep? When the belt passes over the pulley, when the belt passes over a pulley from the slack side to the tight side. As we know that there are two sides in the belt drive. It is called as a slack side and this is called as a tight side. So what happened? When the belt passes from the slack side to the tight side, certain portion of you can see here the portion here is somewhat higher than this. So certain portion of the belt extend, right? And the same portion of the belt contract with the belt passes from tight side to slack side. So what happened here? Some portion of the belt, it may be a contract, and same way what happened at here, it may be tight. So here in this side, repeatedly it may happen from tight to slack side. So this, there is a relative motion on the time. What happened? There is relative motion between the belt and the pulley surface. Due to this extension and contraction of the belt is performed, and this relative motion between the belt and pulley surface is known as a creep. Okay, and this phenomenon is known as a creep. Please remember this. Many times it may ask in your exam that define or difference between slip and creep. The total effect of the creep is too slow down the speed of the driven pulley. So the power transmitted is reduced due to the creep of the belt. Sometimes creep may affect directly to the power transmission system. So the equation for the creep is ratio of n2 by n1 is equal to d1 by d2 into e plus sigma under root sigma 2 divided by e plus sigma 1. Please remember the equation. So sometime it may ask in your exam that define or differentiate between slip and creep. So on that time it is compulsory to write the equation. Or sometime also ask in your exam directly as a example of one example in 1 or 2 marks. So on that time it is also important that E is the Young's modulus and sigma 1 and sigma 2 is known as a stresses in the belt on tight side and slack side. Now, length of open belt drive. See, right now we are discussing the length of open and length of the cross belt drive. The figure which is given to you, it is the figure of length of open belt drive. We have to find the length of whole belt. So on that time, what we have to do? You can see here, L or length of the belt L is equal to arc GJE. You can see here GJE plus EF plus arc FKH plus HG, right? It means we have to find the length of this arc, this length plus this arc and this length. But we know that you just see here arc JE and these two are equal, right? Arc JE and these two are equal. So in place of writing whole arc, we are write also in this way that arc JE 2 times plus this length and this length are also equal. So arc the length EF and HG, in place of HG we are put that twice of EF, and FK and KH are also equal. So twice of FK. So twice of arc JE plus EF plus R FK. This is the length of open belt drive. Now you can see here, I just show you the diagram, then and then it may very clear in your mind. I just draw or extend this line up to center line. So I'm getting the true length. And from the diagram, we can say that sine alpha is equal to what happens? Sine alpha is equal to O1M divided by O1 O2, right? O1M, you can see here O1M divided by O1 O2. Okay, here this is the 90 degrees. So in front of that, we are consider this line. This is sine alpha. So O1M divided by O1 O2. Now we know that O1M means what? O1M means what? You can see here. O1M is equal to O1M is equal to O1E minus EM, right? O1E minus EM divided by O1 O2. But we know that O1M, sorry, O1E is what? O1E is the radius of this, and O1M is what? Nothing but it is also the radius of this. Means radius R1 and this radius R2. And O1 O2 means it is X. So we can say that sine alpha is equal to, please refer this, sine alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 by X. You can see the diagram, and from the diagram we can say that the alpha is very small. So in place of sine alpha, we are consider alpha. So alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 by X. Okay. We get the value of alpha is equal to R1 minus R2 by X. Now, see here. What we have to find? Arc JE. Okay. EF and arc FK. So now talk about one by one. We start with this arc JE. Okay, so arc JE is equal arc JE is equal to this radius, and it means R1 in the bracket. This is 90 degrees, so pi by 2 and alpha. Okay, R1 into pi by 2 into pi by 2 plus alpha, while arc FK is equal to R2 into pi by 2 minus alpha. Okay, and remaining that is CD. And for CD, we are use the rule of Pythagoras. As we know, CD is equal to MO2, and MO2 is equal to, we are getting O1 O2 square minus O1 M square. As we know, O1 O2 is equal to X, so X square, and O1 M is nothing but O1E minus EM. Okay, now O1M is what? O1E is R2, and O1E is R2, and EM is equal to R1, and E1 is equal to R2. So you can see the EF is equal to MO2 is equal to O1 O2 square minus O1 M square. In this way, we are get X is common. So X in the bracket 1 minus here no X, so multiply by X raised to square. Okay, so this is called as a EF. If we are extending this equation, then we are getting this way. Okay, so total arc GE, we are getting this. Arc FK, we are getting this. And remaining EF, we are getting this. Now we put this all the value in the equation. And already we have equation that twice of arc JE plus EF plus arc FK. So L is equal to twice of, in the bracket R1, twice in the bracket. I'm not editing, but I just explain that how the equation may be prepared. Twice in the bracket R1 in the bracket pi by 2 plus alpha plus this EF, so X minus R1 minus R2 whole square by 2X plus R cap K, so R2 in the bracket pi by 2 minus alpha. Okay, if we are just reduce the equation and we are just reduce the steps, so the 2 is multiply in all the steps, all the equations of arc JE, FK, and EF. At the end, we are getting this kind of equation. But right now, this equation I am providing you in the diameter. But if we talk about the radius, then it may be like that into 2. Okay, so we are say that pi in the bracket R1 plus R2 plus 2X plus R1 minus R2 whole square by X. Okay, so in this way, we are trying to cover length of open belt drive. You have to remember that both the equation of radius in the base of radius or in the base of diameter. Now, next one is the length of cross belt drive. Actually, there is minor difference between length of open belt drive and length of cross belt drive. If I will show the figure, you can just see the figure. In open belt drive, the belt not cross with the pulley. but it may be parallel with the axis, while here it may cross with the pulley. Okay, only this is the minor difference. So what happened here? Yes, you can see in the previous open belt drive, we are extended this line at here, but it may not possible in the cross belt drive. So in place of center to inner portion, we are put the length outside of the portion, okay, which we consider as M. So on that time, what happened? O1 here, sine alpha is equal to, here sine alpha is equal to what happened? O1M by O1O2, right? Now, O1M by O1O2. So in the open belt drive, what happened? The M point are between O1 and E. So on that time, if I have to find O1M, on that time it may be minus. But here it may be M, so O1E plus EM. Okay. So O1E, as we know, R2, and EM, it is R1. So R1 plus R2 by X. Okay, this is the minor difference. In the open belt drive, it may be R1 minus R2 by X, but here R1 plus R2 by X. So alpha is equal to what happened? R1 plus R2 by X. Same way, arc, we are calculate arc JE or arc HK. Okay, arc GE and arc HK. It is pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, in the previous length of the open belt drive, it may be pi by 2 minus alpha, but here in the arc HK or FK, it may be pi by 2 plus alpha. Okay, so at the end, we are getting the length of the belt is equal to pi by 2 in the bracket D1 plus D2 plus 2x plus D1 plus D2 whole square by 4x. Okay, or if we talk about in the radius, if terms are given in the radius, then pi in the bracket R1 plus R2 plus 2x plus R1 plus R2 whole square by x. I request to all, please draw the figure and derive in your way. It's very easy, and you have to apply the logic as per and some rules. Now, next point, that is power transmitted by a belt. You can see that diagram. The diagram is given of the open belt drive, where driving pulley pulls the belt from the lower side and deliver the same kind of the power to the other side, right? And so what happened? The lower side of the belt become the tight, and the upper side of the belt will become the slack, which has the lesser tension. What happened? If it may be slack, then which has the lesser tension in the belt compared to the tight side. So we have to find the power transmitted by the belt. We know that the driving force at the circumference of the driving pulley, the driving force at the circumference of the driving pulley is equal to T1 minus T2. And if we talk about the work done, so work done is nothing but driving force into V, or we can say that T1 minus T2 into V. Okay, T1 minus T2 into V. And work done per second, it is nothing but one kind of power. Okay, so we can say that the power is equal to T1 minus T2 into V. Very important equation. Mostly all the example we are trying to solve with this equation. So you remember the equations, whichever theory are proved from our side, that all the equations are directly and indirectly used in the examples. Okay, like it may start from the velocity diagram, velocity ratio, same way length of the open belt drive, length of the cross belt drive. After that, this is the fourth equation, power transmitted by a belt drive. And next one, that is ratio of driving tension for flat belt drive, where T1 by T2 is equal to E raised to mu theta. So these all the equations are very important. Now next one. Okay, now next equation is ratio of driving tension for flat belt drive. Very important. Here I will show you some brief figure. We are focused with one pulley of the flat belt drive. We are focused with any one belt drive because we know that's like every both side slack and tight side is there. So we are focusing and we are zooming any one driver or driven pulley, and we are calculate all the equations based on with respect to that pulley. And here we are assume that the flat belt drive pulley belt drive rotating in the clockwise direction, where the tension of the belt, you are focusing right now on this diagram. The tension on the belt is T1, which is tight side, while T2 it is in the slack side, and the angle of contact means this, where the belt may start to touch to the pulley. This theta, it is called as angle of contact in radian. Now we are consider a small portion of the belt. We are consider, you can just see here and trying to zoom it, the belt PQ with subtending an angle del theta. We are considered that this is del theta at the center of the pulley. The belt PQ is in equilibrium under the following forces. Some forces are followed by the belt, that is tension T in the belt, tension T in the belt, tension T in the belt, okay, near to slack side at P. कहाँ पे लग रहा है? At P. Tension T plus del T. Tension T plus del T at Q, tight side. Same way in the opposite direction, we are get the reaction. So normal reaction, and every time friction is present, so frictional force F is equal to mu into Rn, where mu is what? It is the coefficient of friction between belt and pulley. Now, as we know that we have to resolve the forces in this kind of example and in this kind of equation. So we are trying to resolve the forces on horizontal side and also on the vertical side. Okay, so if we talk about the horizontal side, then Rn is equal to what happened? T plus del T. It may be half portion, so sine del theta by T plus T sine del theta by T. Okay, T plus both side del theta is already there, but it may divide in two portions, that is T and T plus del T. So we are assumed that both side half portion is there. So T plus del T into sine del theta plus T sine del theta by 2. It is called as a one reaction. Okay. So reaction is equal to T plus del T. As we know that in the previous, what happened if whenever the theta is smaller, so on that time sine theta is equal to theta. So here del theta by 2 is equal to sine del theta by 2 is equal to del theta by 2. So we are get that Rn is equal to, remember, it is not specified here, but I just mentioned that Rn is equal to, so reaction what we are getting horizontally, that T into del theta. What we are getting? T into del theta. Now talk about the vertical reaction. Talk about vertical reaction, which is very easy and to understand it here. As we know, the frictional force is there, and frictional force is equal to mu into Rn. Okay, so frictional force F is equal to mu into Rn is equal to, यहाँ पर भी ये T plus del T. In horizontal force it may be sine, but here it may be cos. So cos del theta by 2 minus T cos del theta by 2. Okay, so cos, you remember there, sine del theta by 2, if it is smaller, then we are considered that del theta by 2. But when cos del theta by 2 it is smaller, then it is considered as a 1. Okay, so force is mu into Rn is equal to del T. At the end, if we are resolve the force, then we are get that mu Rn is equal to del T, or we can say that Rn is equal to del T by mu. Okay, I will share whole content with the proof. So please refer that proof. I request that length of the open belt drive, length of the cross belt drive, power transmission, and ratio of the driving tension for flat belt drive. Okay, each and every theory I will share with you. So please refer it in proper way. At the end, if I can solve the equation with comparing the forces on vertical side and horizontal side, so we are get that del T by T is equal to mu into del theta. What happened at then? Del T by T is equal to mu into del theta. We are take the integration, at the end we are get the equation that T1 by T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta. Okay, T1 by T2 is equal to e raised to mu theta, or we are say, as it may discuss at here also, that 2.3 log T1 by T2 is equal to mu theta. Okay, so this equation is also important as per the example point of view. Now next is angle of contact. You can see here we are derive both the here we are giving you both the equation of angle of contact for open belt drive and for cross belt drive. When the two pulleys of different diameter, when the two pulleys of different diameter means and pulleys like a open belt drive, then angle of contact, or you can say the angle of lap at the smaller pulley must be taken into consideration. When we have to consider the angle when we are take the open pulley and the contact between the smaller pulley is there, so on that time theta is considered, and that is equal to 180 minus 2 alpha into pi by 180. Okay, as this may discuss earlier in the open belt drive and same way in the cross belt drive. When we talk about the cross belt drive, same way two pulleys with different diameter, and if it may follow with the cross belt drive, then the angle of contact or lap on both the pulleys is considered as a, in place of minus it may be plus. Okay, so 180 plus 2 alpha into pi by 180. Okay, so this is the another equations, and very important also regarding the solve the example. These are the theories, yet the theories are remaining that we discuss in the next lecture, like centrifugal tension and initial tension, and one special theory for V-belt drive. Same way, one condition for transmission of maximum power. So almost there are yet 3 to 4 theories are remaining. So after completion of all the theory, we will proceed for the example. I share you the material regarding the open and cross belt drive and whatever we are complete today. Yet anybody have any doubt, then they may ask me anytime.